What? Hi.
Hey!
Hi. I do Brad's intro, but he's so fucking good at it. I can't.
It's hard to match his energy.
It's hard to match. It's not just hard to match his energy. He's got the perfect announcer voice.
I mean, everyone could do like a certain announcer voice. I've been told that when I make pages at work, it turns into the most professional page voice they've ever heard. And I'll see if I can do it like for an intro here.
Okay.
You've already peeked to the showroom floor. You've already peeked to the showroom floor. Customer waiting.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I wish I had the bedside voice. Welcome to You've Already Peaked Gaming Podcast. You're joined today by Locarthemanbeast and Razzindi. Anyway, hi guys, welcome back. We are gonna do.
Put your pants back on, people.
We are one Brad short today. Something about, I don't know, saving lives or some bullshit like that. I don't believe any of it anymore. It's all fucking farce. He doesn't even
That's
work.
what he did last.
Huh?
He just ate a bullet.
Yeah.
That's like...
He's been taking cyanide capsules. I'm getting resistant to it. So hi. How are you, Sean?
Hello.
How's your week been, man?
Good. Oh, it's been chaotic. It's been super busy.
Yeah.
But other than that, like just happy the month is over. Just happy October's over.
Yeah.
Such a fucking stressful month.
Yeah, we did the Halloween podcast, and then here we are a couple days later. Did you get any candy? Did you get any trick-or-treaters?
No. I was like, our apartment complex is pretty quiet, and like I didn't decorate anything. I was like, I think like 3 to 4 days off that, like the entire month of October. So
Jesus Christ, that's disgusting.
Yeah, no, and it was like, and the funny thing is, I just barely met my quota. I was just like skidded through like the skin of my teeth.
That's unfortunate. I mean, is next month a big sale month for like Thanksgiving and shit?
October's one of the worst, but
Yeah.
Once November rolls around, that's when it starts picking up again because that's when Christmas is going to be. That's when the end of the year is.
Right,
So people
exactly.
are trying to, like, meet all their tax breaks and shit.
Buying new cars and putting it all in there. There you go. Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah, no, so it should be worthwhile. I actually, like, if everything goes well, one of my coworkers might actually be working an appointment of mine today, and so I'll get a free half a unit off of that because I was the one talking with this girl and bringing her in and everything.
See, that's also a cool thing that you guys have going on, where like if someone helps you out or like vice versa, like that type of thing. You did 90% of the work and then someone closes it, like you'll still get your money's worth or whatever it comes out to. So it's not like you are physically forced to be at that job site every single fucking day, because it's like, I know that there's plenty of people, like I went in to look, I kind of settled, I need to go home to check shit out, come back, do all this stuff, and then pick up the car. And it's like, you can't, like, when are they going to be there? You don't know. And what are you going to do? Drop your fucking day just to show up to make sure that you could sit there for 4 hours with paperwork? No
And
way.
just hope to God that they come in on a day where you're there or you scheduled an appointment or something.
Yeah, man.
Because if you don't and they're like, oh yeah, I was working with someone, but I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
Tough shit.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's why you just tattoo your name on their forehead so no one forgets.
Yeah, it's like I've got like my own unique business cards too. Like, got them right here. Oh, I don't have my wallet. I don't have them at all.
I had them at some
But they're
point.
like, yeah, they're square instead of like rectangular.
Oh, I think you showed me these before. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's just a little something different. Every time I hand them out, I get one of two reactions. Like 80% of the time, it's like, "Oh, that's new. I like it," and 20% of the time, it's like, "Why'd you have to change the business card, son?" I'm like,
I don't know, man. Just fucking make sure you use my name. That's all it's there for. I give you a piece of paper, but you throw it away.
exactly.
Oh man.
What about you? What is how has Davis been treating you?
I'm so sick of driving to fucking Davis. That's all it is. Davis is fine. Davis is a cakewalk. It's a property that, I mean, it's old. It's like Rosemont Park old. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking falling apart. Like every time you turn around, like someone will fix something and then like 10 more things break down the line. It's one of those properties. So like right now the property's been they've been doing a lot of plumbing stuff and they have had like Bonnie is their plumbers that come out. They've spent something like 100 and some odd $1,000 in the past like 3 months on like just plumbing issues around the property and shit like that. For me, I've just been like, every time I turn around, there's like a broken thing or like, abatement or plumbers had to rip a wall down and I've had to go in to like replace the walls and shit like that. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of that that's on the property. Plus it's so fucking old. Every time they open up the wall, there's like, oh yeah, there's a little bit of mold or mildew behind the wall. And then they'll just like keep going. And then it's like, oh, all the way down the wall, there's mold and mildew. Oh, the whole apartment's filled with it. It's like, well, yeah, fuck, it's old. Stop pulling the wall. Like, you know what I mean? So I just had
I
I had a unit where it was like, they cut a line and it was like one section of leak. And then they cut just a fucking 2-foot line all the way down the apartment. It was like, why? Why'd you cut just the 2-foot? Like, and it's like, it's a 2-foot section all the way down, but it's like, you're telling me the rest of the wall didn't have any issues? It was just this one 2-foot section? Like, and if it wasn't, why the fuck did you cut that 2-foot section? Like, just charge
it's
the
like
property.
people are gonna know that 2 foot section of wall. There's like been work done
Yeah,
there. Like, honey, what's that line?
and that's the thing. Like you knew it when we were working together. Like you can only make something look so good. You know what I mean? Like when you fix a spot, that new spot looks new versus the old. It's like, what do you want me to do?
There is nothing more frustrating than when you do something like you get the texture, you get it like it's lined up
Oh,
perfectly. There's no divots or anything. You're like, fuck yeah, oh god, even the texture just went perfect. I knocked down, excellent, great. And there's a piece of blue tape on it. And you're like, what the fuck do you want me to do?
I can't tell you how many times I had that conversation with Robert. Like, are you just taping the fucking apartment to tape it? Like, what are you doing here? Well, I mean, you got to do something with this. What do you want me to do? You want me to do small sections? What do you want me to do?
I imagine there's this sweet spot in property ownership where, like, of course, there's the initial debt you take on when you build an apartment
Sure,
complex.
sure, absolutely.
A massive, you are in the hole, probably millions of dollars.
Yeah,
And it takes X amount of time to pay that off. And then for a period of time while the property is still relatively new, it's just pure profit. You're
yeah,
just
oh
raking
yeah,
in
yeah,
cash.
yep.
And then it hits that like 30-year-old marker where makes you wonder how much it's like because if it gets that old point, you're just spending all that money
Yeah.
all the time.
Well, and this Davis property is like, I think it was 1968 it was built or something like that. I don't think it's really been renovated. I mean, it's been updated, obviously, but it's not been like really renovated. There's still 2 sections of the property that are on a boiler system. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just fucking old. And it's so old. And like the team I work with now down there at this property, they're a new team. They've only been there, I guess it's their second year, going on third year. I don't remember, but they've only done 2 years of turns on this property, and every one of them is like, what do you want us to fucking do here? Like, I can't fix the fucking thing that's literally falling apart. So, but for the most part, the property's really easy to work with. The people that we work with down there are fucking perfect. They're just great human beings. Every day is just a very good experience. Like they know the plight because they're just like, yeah, we see the bullshit. And so like when I come to them, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. And they're like, no, we get it. We don't know what to do either. It's like, okay, cool. Like as long as we're all on the same page here.
We'll figure it out together.
Yeah, exactly. I come up with ideas. They're like, yeah, that sounds good. Go for it. It's like, okay, shoot for it. G the whole time is just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Are we fixing this? Are we not fixing this? Like, I don't know, man. I'm still trying to figure it out here. So, I mean, but the issue I have is the fucking travel time to get to Davis.
It's
How
an hour and a half.
it is an hour and a half for no fucking reason. It is a 25-minute drive, Sean. 25 minutes with no traffic. 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
It's the causeway. It's the causeway every time. If there is something wrong on the causeway, there is nothing anyone can do
It's not
about
even
it.
about, there's nothing ever wrong on the causeway. People are just stopped. It just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. It's never made any sense. It pisses me off so much. Oh my God, I get so ragey over goddamn traffic. I get so ragey over traffic. Holy fuck.
The worst part of it is like when there is something wrong, but it's something so minor. There wasn't even a collision. It's just someone like has a flat on the side and everyone is stopping to look. It's like, oh, okay, now I'll go.
Or the one person that's slowed down because something is wrong, and for whatever reason, the fucking fast lane has now parked. That's the shit that pisses me off. The guy in the far lane trying to get off on the shoulder, slow lane and second slow lane are fucking booking it, but fast lane is stopped. And then all that does is just block everything up. And it's just so bonkers. It's so bonkers. It doesn't make any sense to me because I understand there's like a slight curve. That's all it is. There's a slight curve before you hit the causeway coming up from Davis. And then after you get off of Davis, there's a drop down, and then you have the split that goes out to the 80 that wraps up to Natomas. Okay, cool. There's a little bit of congestion that happens there. Totally understandable. Then you get to downtown, right? You pass the 80, you pass Richards and all that fucking shit, and then you get to downtown where they have all the construction. And then it is just dead stopped. It's just dead stopped, and it's 10 miles an hour from fucking like 10th to my house every day.
Well, it's like I said, because it's a mixture between. Okay, for those of you, for like, if there's one person who's watching who's not from the Sacramento area, I'm gonna enlighten you to a little bit of traffic congestion we have because Sacramento used to be a cow town.
Yeah.
Used to be
Yeah.
nothing. We were
farm.
the political capital of California, and that was pretty much it.
Yep.
Surrounded by farmland. If you visit, that's still the case today.
Yep.
But the population is growing, as populations are wont to do. So all of our infrastructure was set up when we had probably half the population,
Yeah.
maybe even less than
Yeah.
what we do now. So there is like this literal like 2 to 5 mile area where Highway 50, Highway 80,
Yep.
99, Business 99, downtown Sac,
Yeah.
and the 5 all converge. This 2 mile zone.
And it is a spaghetti setup between each of them. And if you happen to be on one of them and need to get to another, it is a short lane change. You go from like 80 to 10 miles an hour back to 80 miles an hour, like within a blink of an eye, you know?
And you, and you wonder why there's so many accidents.
I'm serious. So what do? They shut down fucking 3 lanes, cut up traffic in between 2 spots, between downtown, fucking 65th, and then Watt to Bradshaw. What are you doing? Like, just do one section of the highway at a time and get the fuck done. No. We're going to get it all done at the same time. 3 years running, nothing's gotten done, and all they've done is just slowed everything down.
I just remember last time I went down to visit you. It's like, because I generally don't go down past Watt anymore.
Yeah.
But we went to see, I think it was Prof.
Yeah, we went downtown, yeah.
And on our way back, the highway fucking, like, was it eastbound splits?
Yeah.
And it's just like, if you need to exit, you better hope you're on the right side. Otherwise, you get to go on the left side, which is the passing way, which I call the fun park, because you are literally zipping in, out, left, right, up, down, under bridges, in between concrete barriers. Suddenly, what's a 4-lane is now a 2-lane. There's semis that you're like this close to.
I've watched people bounce off the center divide because the lanes are so close to the wall, or like where the pillars come down for the overpasses. You know how they kind of bulge out a little bit. I've watched people just blast off the side of that into the fucking next lane, and it's like, holy shit, man! It is life or death every morning I go to work. Like, I'm just literally like, all right, here we go. And then you just hit the gas and you just hope you get to fucking wherever you need to go. But it is wild. There has yet to be a day in the past 2 years, at least 2 years since COVID like since Sacramento opened back up after COVID, that there has not been an accident on the road to or from work. At least one accident a day, guaranteed.
Do you remember that time we were heading to the shop and everything was just stopped dead? And G was like, "Where the fuck are you?" We're like, We don't know. We're stuck on the road. Here's pictures from both our phones, so you know that we're in the same car. We're not bullshitting you."
Yeah.
Some dude got shot and
Yeah,
died
that's
on the
right.
road, and so the cops had to cordon everything
That's right.
off.
He tried to drive to the hospital and died on the freeway. Oh fuck,
And
that's
so it was like
right.
it was a crime scene, so everything was
Yeah.
shut down for like 4 hours.
Yeah, God, that was fucking brutal. That's right, because we were trying to get
The
up to
dump or something.
something, fucking Bradshaw to the dump or some shit like that. Yeah, and we were just in dead stop, dude. It was fucking wild, man. God, I fucking hate driving downtown. I hate driving in Sacramento. It is the worst. And you can't take any back streets because it's just as slow as sitting in traffic.
But here's the thing, like, slight positive, if you can call it that. If you do take the back streets, if you do go through Sacramento proper, it's a gorgeous city.
Oh, it is. It is.
Like,
Yeah.
you can see why they call it the city of trees. They're just
Yep. It's
lined on the
gorgeous. Yeah.
streets, and like all of these old, almost Victorian era
Yep.
houses. It's beautiful. It takes you forever to get anywhere.
Anywhere. I will say the one good thing about Sacramento so far is, even though the homeless population is kind of been like picking back up pretty drastically,
You
it's
mean exploding?
yeah, but they're not as dirty as some places. I mean, I'll have Brad tell you the story about how we were coming back from San Diego and there was just a guy literally dying on the side of the road outside of Audrey's office, and like we just stopped right there in front of him so we could swap cars. Brad's like, I think it might have been Cliff or Brad was like, can we literally stop anywhere but here? Audrey's like, no, we're gonna stop right here. But like for the most part, it's pretty clean. It's pretty clean around Sacramento. Like you can still walk up and down and not step in human shit. So
Yeah, no, I've yet to stumble across human shit in the streets anywhere other than San Fran.
yeah, San Francisco for sure. Seattle,
And
it's definitely
I
shit in Seattle.
haven't been to Seattle yet.
Mm.
But I just find it so fucking crazy that they decriminalize shitting in the streets of San Fran, not because it's this liberal mecca, but because the police had so much
Yeah,
shit to do.
yeah.
Pardon the like pun not intended, but I'll own it.
Yeah.
That is like we don't have time to respond to this.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's
We
like
can't
if
do
we got to
anything.
respond to every shit call, people are dying. I'm sorry.
So me and Audrey were in the city. I don't remember what we were doing. Anniversary, out for a show. I don't remember. We were in the city and we were walking from the hotel. I think we were just out walking or going to get lunch or something. And we actually ended up seeing Poop Patrol, right? So San Francisco has hired a company, or they've made a company or something. It's called Poop Patrol. And what these people do is they drive around the city and they clean up any of the human feces that are around. You know, anything that just could be human feces at that point. They just get it cleaned up.
Dog feces, human feces.
They don't care.
Maybe even pigeon feces if it's a slow day.
Gotta make that money. We're working per hour, baby. So, but the thing is that they have this whole fucking thing. It's a giant truck. They go out there, guys in hazmat suits, because, you know, for the most part, human waste is pretty fucking toxic, you know? Did not realize what the process was until me and Audrey saw it. They just go out with a high pressure fucking power hose and just blast it. But because it's San Francisco, where you're on the coastline and there's wind blowing 24/7.
Oh no!
Yeah, dude. We just fucking miss the shit in the air. We're like, oh, run! And it was like, no fucking way. There's no way that was the answer. Like, sure as shit, that's what those guys do. They just blast poo into the air, and there's like fucking hundreds of people, right? It's a tourist area, and they're just covered now in shit water. And then that's fucking far healthier than just leaving it on the side of the road.
Let it dry out.
It's light it on fire.
I mean, at least then you've got to show.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing. Like both of those options are just terrible, because what would you rather do? Like You're not giving a neither option.
Okay.
Inhale poo smoke or get sprayed with poo water.
I can avoid poo smoke, right?
Maybe. There's a lot. So,
Yeah.
like, maybe it's the
Well,
new
I mean, you're
morning
talking.
mist.
What? I'm imagining if you light poo on fire, that like the smoke from poo would go, it would billow like anything else, and then you could just be like, "Oh, that's poo smoke," and like actively avoid it. Poo mist is just in the air. That's gone, man. That's particles, dude. Like what? I don't know. I could be anywhere at that point.
Is that like, I've got pneumonia now. I didn't know it.
Yeah, it's fecal pneumonia. Woo!
Oh, God.
I'm glad we've done 2 podcasts where we've just talked about shit the entire time.
It's what happens. Like, it's just what crops up.
I think it's a guy thing, right? Poo jokes.
I mean, in part, but like, poo talk has just been so part of my family. It's just because like my dad's a cop, my mom's a nurse, and so they just talk about their days when they were at the dinner table. And so like you can talk about whatever at the dinner table. I'm perfectly fine. I'd like rain splattered on the side of the roadway, like this insane guy that my dad had to pull in because he's literally throwing shit at people in a Walmart. Like fucking this oil my mother lanced while at work and what came out of it. I'm just like, oh, the spaghetti's delicious.
Yeah, desensitized to like that type of shit. Literally just spewing from my face. So fucking stupid. Oh, I mean, going back and like kind of trying to get off the poo train though, but like I am happy to see that San Francisco and Sacramento have not like started to meld together into like one fucking instance.
Give it 20 years.
Oh yeah, sure. Give it fucking 10 more years if things go the way they are. It's
Because like first Sacramento and Davis have got to merge into one being, and then like they've kind of got to like make it to the hillsides. Like the hillsides are going to be carved out, and there's going to be luxury homes.
yeah, you still got the whole valley to get through before before it spills up this way. Although, I mean, that is kind of a big thing. It's like the Bay Area. Well, we just went up. So we went up to pick up Audrey's car tonight.
Did she get that discount?
I have no idea. I don't know. She was
Okay.
up there and fucking. I just left her. I just came home because we were supposed to podcast.
Okay.
Hopefully, get the
Bye,
car.
honey.
Yeah, call me if you need a ride. But I finally saw what you were talking about through Folsom. All the way through Iron Point on that whole side over there.
Almost scary, right?
Whoa, man. Whoa. That's what, a year?
Yeah.
Holy
it
shit,
exploded.
dude. I'm just like
someone flipped a switch.
my whole thing is like that looks like how they did Serrano when Serrano first boomed, right? On the opposite side, if you go down like, was it not Latrobe, but the opposite side? Was it
Yeah, I know.
El Dorado Hills Boulevard or whatever the fuck it is over there? When Serrano boomed, that's what it looked like. It was like all of a sudden out of nowhere, boom, you just had like fucking 3,000 houses that went up. But that shit out there, I was like, oh my God, that's wild.
And it's going all the way out to White.
That's what I was saying. Like it goes way. Did you see that they also now have like a main road that's going from like White Rock, like all the way down to Elk Grove?
Didn't they have that? Wasn't that East Bidwell?
No, not East. But it's a whole brand new highway they're building out for that.
What?
Yeah.
No, I did not see that.
I don't know if it's coming from like Rancho Cucamonga all the way out that direction or wherever, but like it's literally like they're just making a straight highway or whatever for that whole build to like cut 90% of the traffic of you having to go out through Sac to then cut back down. I mean, I guess that's cool. You know, it helps a little bit to keep people out of it, but like who the fuck goes to Elk Grove?
There are going to be bodies there.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. I can't imagine those
homes.
I can't imagine those houses are less than fucking like 1.5.
Yeah, no, it's like I imagine the cheapest motherfucking house out there is going to be like 800 grand.
At least.
Yeah, cheapest.
And you have no fucking elbow room. You are nut to butt with your neighbor. You know what I mean? Like there is no fucking way that has got to be comfortable. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the condo living or whatever, or that fucking tight community gated, whatever the hell they have out in El Dorado Hills is a commodity. I like having a yard, dude. Like I like having space between me and my neighbor.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and then you got to imagine. Can you? Because living nut to butt's one thing. Like if you open the door and you're looking dead across the street from at your neighbors, in a street wide enough to barely hold two cars side by side.
Yeah,
So you're not parking on the streets. You're going to be parking in your driveways, which that's fine. You know what?
sure.
Even better.
Yeah.
But the problem is going to be fucking the. I have had it well and beyond up to here with the bleach blonde, big sunglasses, fucking bimbos that make up the women who live in that
Now, no
area.
offense to anybody who out there that looks like that.
All offense intended. Fuck you and your cuck husband. It's like, sorry.
Well, I
No,
mean,
I'm not.
now you're just shutting off a whole like group of people. She got cuck husband.
Fair enough. But the point is, those are the type of women who are going to be running the HOAs.
Yeah, it's how it is in Natomas. Those exact women.
Exactly. And so you are going to have like the 7 most dedicated, pushy
Yeah,
Karens
yeah.
fucking Voltroning together to make this goddamn like HOA council where they're gonna get these high back chairs and look down on you.
Oh
Were
God.
you leaf blowering at 10 in the morning?
I got a ticket on the truck up at the Natomas house because I left it on the street side for less than a day. But it was the day that they had something going on. I didn't know. G didn't know. Nothing. I just left the fucking truck there because we had the other truck parked in the driveway. So I was like, I'm just gonna park behind it because I had to pick it up first thing in the morning. So like we left a project, got done, went and picked up the truck first thing in the morning, and like I get there and there's a fucking like a notice on it from the HOA. And like first off, if it's just a ticket, it's also one of those things like, God damn it, I didn't know about this. It's fine. You know, you look at it and it's like, $100 or whatever the fucking ticket was. It's like, son of a bitch, just pay it. But it's like HOAs like fucking, it's like a 30 fucking page list of like this under this blah 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 and for our community and neighborhood blah blah. And it's this whole fucking diatribe of just like what the fuck? Like, I was less pissed off about the ticket and more pissed off that HOA actually spent the time to write this fucking thing out and then give it out to people. It's like, come on, man.
And I guarantee you, I would say about anywhere between 30 to 60% of what an HOA actually does is fucking illegal. I guarantee you they're violating some fucking ordinance by setting up all these things where you need to do this regardless of what it is.
It's tough.
Like
Yeah,
pressuring you to sell your home or some shit like
yeah.
that.
I mean, it is kind of a weird thing. The HOAs are kind of they're designed for two reasons, right? There's two specific reasons that HOA is actually a good thing. One is because they keep your property values high by keeping the community at the same page. So it means that whenever something is increased, there's not some person or some house in the neighborhood that's driving everything to the ground, right? So for resale or for just upgrade or refi or whatever it comes out to, you could always get the best bang for your buck within that area. And the HOA also then helps maintain your own communities. So you don't end up with situations where fuck the cost of the house itself, but you don't wind up with situations where now you got a crack den, all these other things, because they are maintained and monitored. They have the security, they have a maintained mail system, they have a community base set up. That means when you run into situations that are problems, you can go to them. You can, I have water heater broke. Who would you recommend? They've got a guy that works specifically for the property. It's a lot easier to finding it, so you don't have to like break your back trying to figure that out, where a lot of homeowners don't know that shit. They're going to pick the first guy or whatever they find on a Yelp list, and then they get shoddy work, and then the warranties are busted and all these extra things. So the HOAs can be beneficial in that point. But that's it. Just leave it at that. These people that work for the HOA, man, like you said, these fucking high chair people, man, like nose as high in the air as you can possibly get. Like you're living in the fucking White House because you're an HOA fucking, council member or whatever. It's like, get the fuck out of here, man. So, but then there's also that is also a big point. Think about like how many apartments we've run into or homes that we've gone to that have been so fucking run down and just like given up on. It's like if it was part of an HOA, it would never get to that point. An owner would have to do one of two things. They'd either have to sell it or fix it. And so therefore, like, you know, you have quality. So if you do end up reselling, you're not selling a fucking Pinto to somebody else who's gonna have to deal with that bullshit. I don't know. Positive? Yeah. Do I like them? Fuck no. Absolutely not. I think it's absolute bullshit. If I want to paint my house goddamn pink and put a fucking penis balloon in my front yard, I should be able to do it. And I don't want to get fined for it every fucking, you know, third Tuesday of the month because I haven't taken it down.
Where does he get the helium for this penis balloon?
It's
Is it his job? Does he have easy access? Does he have it custom made?
That's how you get around it, though. You file for a business out of your residency, and then you can use any type of signage. And then all you have to do is have a penis balloon with your company's name on the side of it, and you can just leave it in your front yard.
Flaccid or hard?
Flaccid in the morning. It's like the flag. You raise it in the morning. You know, you got Reveille's playing. It's just fucking saluting it to the neighbors. Oh God.
Okay, so video games for the video game podcast.
It's a gaming podcast, right?
Shit. I've just picked up something called Children of Morta.
Oh, it's amazing, right?
I've only played like
Did you play it?
I've got
Did you play it on Steam or Switch?
Steam.
Okay,
Steam.
so I have it on Switch. Oh,
Is it cross-platform?
I don't know.
It's $6 right now.
It's fucking amazing. It's such a good roguelite. It's such a good roguelite.
I mean, so far it's like it looks good. I like the intro cinematic. I liked playing the dad with his just like sword, which is good for like the crowd control, the big enemies. I'm playing the daughter with the bow on the second level. It's not bad.
It's
Like
not
I'm
you'll unlock quite a bit more.
yeah, it looks like there's like 8 family members or
Yep,
something like that.
I also got the DLC for it. When I bought it on the Switch, it was the full bundle for it was up. So it was like the DLC, the game, and a few other something else, whatever their other thing they had. What a fucking cool idea for a game too, because outside it has that very Hades feel to the story. Like I love getting back to the house after like doing a run and then like going and talking to people and having the narrator like like I don't know, something about that fucking narrator's voice with him like, oh yeah, and the family comes together. And it's like, oh, I'm so invested. Like tell me more, man. So yeah, what a fucking, and it's just a cool art style. Fucking cool looking art style.
Maybe it's because we're fucking old fogies now, but I really enjoyed the retro pixel art style. It reminds me of Chrono Trigger. It reminds
Yeah.
me of that kind of thing, but still with the like the new twist because like they couldn't do as much as they did nowadays.
Yeah, it's very, what is it, 16-bit? Like fucking, it has like good Metroidvania vibes to it as well. Like that dark kind of like
That
grungy.
opening cutscene where you see like the landscape with the fog and the moons in the background, and suddenly the fog is blown away and the
Yeah.
castle or the mountain
Yeah.
explodes, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah. For a small little indie game too. It's like it is worth the buy. It is worth the buy. It's worth the play. I mean, I spent a lot of fucking time on that game. And like the way that the upgrade system works in it, it's just cool because you literally have characters that have their own specific skill trees, you know, that kind of work around their own specific abilities. So it doesn't feel bad to challenge yourself by going into one of the maps that isn't good for, you know, running with the son or the daughter or whatever it comes out to. And it's also like beneficial to be like, hey, this map could also benefit from me playing with, you know, X person or wherever it comes out. But and then getting back and talking to the uncle who has a whole fucking upgrade system all the way through. You know, it's a cool roguelite. It was interesting. I still pick it up every once in a while. Like it's always on the Switch. So like whenever I'm like, oh, I want to play something, that's one of the games I pick up.
And you know me, I am the probably one of the biggest lore whores out there. Anytime there's extra books or
Mm-hmm.
things like for you to dive into, you're like off 100 yards out that way, and I'm just like, I'll be there. Just give me a second.
Charcoal just scratching it on.
Exactly, but it's like I just loved reading about like the uncle beforehand, who's just like this bitter man who's like gone through all these things, and the love of his life left him because he drank too much, and he fashioned himself his own prosthetic leg, and he went
Yeah.
out to study with these scholars, and I'm just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I want to talk to you, you angry
Yep.
bastard.
Yep. Fucking grandma who's been running the family forever, and she's got all the fucking secrets and everything, and she just like understands the whole process and why we're
When
here
she
and what we're doing on this mountain. It's like, oh my god, man.
when she opened up the fireplace, and it's just like I just like with pixel graphics they just do such a good job of like, I'm not sure if it's a loading screen or what, but it looks like you're walking down the
Yeah.
staircase. It's a short load, so it doesn't feel like it takes forever, and then suddenly the big ass crystal basement, you're just like, Mima,
Yeah.
what is going on?
Yeah, exactly right. Oh man. Yeah, it's good. I mean, I've been kind of looking for more roguelites to play recently. There's a shit ton on my Steam list that I've just been trying to like figure out, like, do I buy it? Do I not buy it? I'm trying to think of the last one I really picked up. I mean, I picked up Hades. I played the shit out of Hades.
Hades
Such a
Hades is so good.
such a solid game.
Supergiant Games is literally the only game developer I have ever written a letter to. I
Y-
I sent them an email,
Yeah.
and it was when they put out their very first game. It was
Is it
Bastion.
Bastion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Transistor was great
So
too.
fucking
So
good.
good, and
So
it's like
good.
I feel like that one sailed under the radar almost,
Yeah.
but
I felt like no one talked about that game, and it was like, oh, what the fuck? This game is so good.
yeah, but like I played Bastion, and like I got through it. I played it to the end, and you get one of those two endings, and it's been out long enough where where I chose to move forward. It's like you could reset
Yep.
time, but I like, how am I going to know that we're not going to trap ourselves in an infinite
Yep.
loop? And because I was moving forward with time, I was like, that dude who, like, honestly, he betrayed you,
Hmm.
but you can kind of see why you
Yeah.
did. Your culture destroyed
Yeah.
his. It like
Absolutely.
his entire life got turned upside down. So I saved him. Like, you give out the best weapon in the game, and you're carrying him over your shoulder, and like all of a sudden, people from his culture are just watching
Yeah.
you carry this.
Yeah.
And one dude takes a
Yeah.
shot, and then someone else kills that
Yeah.
guy.
Yep.
I was just like, to me, I felt like that was the best ending.
That was good.
Moving forward
Yeah.
and trying to find forgiveness and ask for it at the same
I
time.
don't know if that was the intended end. I feel like it had to have been because there was so much put into that feel wise that it was like it felt like that was the right ending, you know?
And the music and the stage
God, it was
design
so
and the
fucking good.
weapon
It was
choices,
so
and
good.
like I sat down afterwards, and I was like, and I just like I sat down and I typed up a letter, and I was just like, I forgot what most of the letter was, but I do remember the end of it, and I remember saying to them like, you guys put together a reason why we can call video games art. The entire this game was beautiful from start to finish, and I just want to thank you for that experience, and I want you to let you know I will buy every single game you ever release, and I have done that, and I got a response from them.
No
I
shit.
got an email response, and because it was like, this was like a week after they put it out,
Sure, yeah,
and they
absolutely.
said it's like, thank you so much for it, like, in the beginning process that we like that any game developer puts out their first game, there's always this fear, there's always this worry, and we actually printed out your letter and pinned it up against the wall. We want
Yeah.
to say thank you. I was like,
Oh man, that's fucking
yeah.
awesome, dude. I swear to God, indie devs are fucking legit, dude. Like I want to support every indie dev I possibly can. Like recently on Twitter, I was following this company. These guys have been putting together this game, and it basically it's Hold My Beer, and it's basically like it's an RPG or whatever, but it's done in this like pixel art style, but it's like one of the
Jackass the
yeah,
RPG.
kind of, but like it's more like about like being in a bar and different things, like you collecting items and shit like that. It's
Oh,
just an RPG. It's just an RPG. But it's fucking dope. But they were like recently, they were like, "Hey, we are looking for a publisher because we really want to get this game out. What does our community think would be a good publisher for us to go with?" And a bunch of people were like, "Oh, different thing." First thing that came to mind, it was like Devolver Digital. I was like, and I just twatted them. Yeah, I'm great with social media. Anyway, but I twatted them, and I said, guys, go to Devolver Digital. This game is basically what is in their entire fucking catalog, and they are the type of people that want to back indie developers. Talk to them, see what happens. And I got a response back from them like, dude, it's awesome, thank you very much. Like, we didn't even think about it. Like, well, we'll reach out, shit like that. And I like, I tagged fucking Devolver Digital in the tweet because I would really like to see that happen. I want to see like games that you kind of follow, like these indie devs being like, this is what we're making, and everybody being like, this is fucking great. And then having a company like Devolver Digital, which I respect the shit out of them. I think everything that they've backed and they've been behind has been like just top tier. Fucking was it Call Me Pedro, whatever, where it was like a side scroll, it was kind of a shooter.
I think I might have played that. I don't
God,
remember.
man, they have a everything on the list. Cult of Lamb is a Devolver Digital game.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Nothing but
I
good
feel
things.
like I should pick it up.
It's so fun. It's such a good game. It again, another roguelike. Oh, okay. There's the newest roguelike I played was Cult of Lamb. I tried to record Cult of Lamb. There's a lot of talking. There's a lot of lore in that one too. But it's like awkward lore. It's very goofy, but it all makes sense in the end. Like it all kind of plays together, and it's like, oh, okay. I totally understand where you're coming from. It's so weird to play a roguelite that also has like a city builder in it. It feels bad saying it like that. Like, oh, city builder, like, yeah, put down the fucking, but like the idea is like as you go through these maps, like you try to convert people to your cult. And then as you've converted them to your cult, then when you get back, you have them do certain things. So either worship statues to give you more fucking resources, or like farm the land to give you things like that. And there's this idea of like trying to keep them alive. You have to keep them fed and healthy and things like that. If they die, you can do a burial service with them, or you can go full creepy and eat them and become cannibalists. Like there's a whole wide, and if like some of the new people that you've got in watch you eat a dead body, like they freak out and like they're still, like they get like really weird and stop doing their work and shit. So it's like it's kind of cool having this like weird city builder wrapped around this really interesting roguelite of kind of almost like Dead Cells, where or even like Binding of Isaac, where as you get into maps, you unlock certain weapons and things, and you make builds as you go through these. But then also kind of has like a weird, not Slay the Spire, but like a card system where getting certain things buffs you in certain way. It's just a cool game. It's just a very interesting, cool game to play, and it's cute. It's weirdly cute. Like,
And sometimes that's not bad. If you can like make a good game and make it kind of cutesy, funny,
yeah.
then you're just like, ah.
There's every cultist that you get, you have an option to customize them and name them. Right?
And then feel real bad when they die that way.
Feel real bad. Everybody in my cult was pink. Pink with whale heads or narwhal heads. Say like a narwhal with a horn. They're all pink and narwhals. Awkward fucking thing to come back to. Just like 20 of them, like.
Knowing you, I'm surprised they were giraffes.
They didn't have giraffes in the game.
There you go.
Sons of bitches.
Motherfuckers.
So one fucking thing. What? I also have to imagine like coding in a giraffe into a video game would not.
Just this long.
Yeah,
neck,
it's like most of the
like
screen.
wobbling.
Yeah, or it's just like most of the screen is just the neck. You never see the head. Oh man, I'm trying to think of something else recently. I mean, other than fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah, I've been playing more of it like by myself, trying to like messing with the customization options, like you said. So like I know how to melee now. I know how to like mount my weapon, which is super important for me because I generally like light machine guns.
Yeah.
So like I imagine because I don't run across many light machine gun users in that game, like virtually none.
Yeah.
Most of the time, like the people I'm going up against are snipers. Because the light machine gun people like the exact same thing that snipers like. They like long, sightways
Yep.
where you can mount your weapon up
Yep.
and get kills.
Yep.
Uh, but it's kind of funny because, like, I imagine snipers are mostly used to going up against snipers because they peek their head out and they take a shot and they like kind of move around and poke their head out and take a shot. Versus me, we're just like. And it's like on occasion I'll just stop for like half a second so they poke their head up.
Baby, I got 60 more rounds in here.
Exactly. So it gives them something else to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I did see, I don't know if it's probably not fixed. It's part of there is one LMG that you can attach flame rounds to.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was getting ripped by it in a few games where it's like people running around with LMGs and they tag you like 1 or 2 bullets and you get lit on fire. And then it's just fucking rinsing the entire map with it. I'm just like,
Just like wiping their butt with the Geneva Convention.
I swear to God, man, it's just so bad. It's so bad. There's so many positives about Modern Warfare and so many negatives about it, right? Like I was having this conversation. I might have been talking to Cliff. What I liked about Call of Duty originally, at least like Modern Warfare 2, original Modern Warfares, was the tactical shooter aspect of it. The fucking actual gun gameplay. It's not fucking exciting anymore when you see a dude with a shield and a fucking knife in your map. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's just gonna be a piece of shit the entire game.
That's why you carry the Molotov.
Yeah.
Burn, you son of a bitch!
I've been rocking the shotguns because they've been gross. And I get in games with fucking the melee dudes or whatever. It's like you can come at me. I have to spray in a general direction, and that shotgun will kill you. You know?
Especially when they unlock hardcore.
Oh God!
Oh, you died inside. You died inside a little bit.
I'm so ready for hardcore. I was telling Cliff this the other day. The thing that hardcore does for the video game is it slows it down. It takes all that sweaty fucking bullshit out of the game because you can't do that. I mean, well, you can, but one bullet will kill you. Well, or a couple bullets will kill you. You don't have to dump an entire clip into someone to get that kill. In hardcore, a couple bullets will down you. So if you're acting like a fucking idiot jumping and running all over the place, you're going to die. And the thing about it is it slows the whole gameplay down. It makes you pick and choose your shots a little bit better. It makes you pick your corners a little bit better. Nobody seems to like that because everybody wants that sweaty fucking Instagram Fortnite gameplay. But really, like, that is my jam. If I can get into search and destroy hardcore, that's where I'm at forever. I won't even touch the new Warzone. I'm just going to live in hardcore search and destroy.
I mean, search and destroy is not bad.
You
like,
hate search and destroy. Don't lie. You hate
I never played. I never played Counter-Strike.
Okay.
Growing up.
Okay.
I never played Counter-Strike, and so you have this thing that became super popular and is still running today. How many shooters can say the original is still running today?
Yeah.
Halo shut down its original servers.
Yeah.
Fucking Doom. I mean,
Yeah.
custom things if you're hosting it on your computer.
Sure.
But that was before, like,
Yeah.
Quake gone.
Yeah.
But Counter-Strike is still there. And so, of course, other things are going to emulate it because
Sure.
it's so popular.
Absolutely.
They're going to try and get, their piece of the pie. And so I can understand how it's a good thing. I'm one of those guys who's not great at shooters. I'm not amazing at them. So when I fuck up, as I inevitably do, and I spend the rest of the 10 minutes of the
Waiting.
match, it's just like, let's see what you're doing. Click. What about you? Click. That's the reason I dislike it. It's not because I
Yeah.
think it's a shit game mode. It's because I have very limited experience in it with people who've been doing it since they were goddamn 12.
I understand that. I understand that completely. Because, well, were you there the night? I don't remember, but we had a 6 stack or a 5 stack in Search and Destroy. I think you might have been there.
I think it was that night where I took out 4 members of their
With the
team. I was the
shotgun?
last guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was me. It was
Yeah.
just like, blam,
Yeah. So we
blam,
were playing
blam.
5 stack fucking Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy only works if there's like good communication or semi good communication. Like you've already seen, I've seen most of the lobbies are just people screaming into the mic.
I swear to God. Okay, so we're gonna
This is
pause on
another.
Search and Destroy just for a moment. No, finish up your thing.
Okay.
We'll cover this next.
Okay. Remember this point, Sean, when I say we're getting old. Okay. So anyway, when you have those conversations in Search and Destroy, that game mode is the only tactical version of any game mode out there. Domination isn't. It's just lob grenades and hold points. Kill confirmed isn't. It's run tags down as fast as you can before you get killed. Fucking TDM is just kind of like that, but it's also fucking sweaty as hell and people are just camping or fucking running around with knives. Hardpoint is bullshit because it moves too quick. You know what I mean? Search and Destroy is the only one where there is a penalty for you fucking up, acting like a moron. You have to wait. You know what I mean? Or better yet, you could spend like we had that one guy, was this Jamie or whatever, where Joey, where you're the last person alive, they planted the bomb, but you running the opposite direction from where the bomb is doesn't help anyone. We lose now no matter what, whether you die or we run out of time.
He got the last kill, but he didn't just do the bomb.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, there is a penalty for not playing that game. And that's why that game mode for me is always so good, because it puts the tactical version of Call of Duty back together. Yeah, you can be sweaty, but if you run around jumping and spinning, there's a good chance someone's going to kill you, because in Search and Destroy, people just hold corners. People just hold it and wait corners. And so that's why I enjoy it. Anyway, now moving on to your point, while we're getting old.
We're getting old. Onto the game chat. I think Call of Duty game chat, there's this thing I learned in my psych courses in college. I forgot what it was. But as your brain learns and grows and develops, and this is particularly true when you're young, it forms new neural pathways in order to just store memory banks. So these neural pathways connect and they form this series of bridges so you can access these memories.
Okay.
And when you access these memories, it's like it brings back those old emotions of that
Okay.
time. So that's how you can have two friends who have moved across the country, and they rarely ever see each other, but they were friends in high school or college or something like that, and they get back together,
And they
and they've
act.
each kind of changed and become different people. They kind of became how they were in college,
Sure.
because their brain follows those same neural pathways. I think everyone who plays Call of Duty in a mixture of things cannot escape being 12 years old.
100%.
And it's fascinating. It's also a thing because it's not just that. It's not just these formed neural pathways. I think it's also Call of Duty. It has become part of the culture of Call of Duty. The nation of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It is expected that you act like a complete piece of shit in voice chat.
I have so I've been recording pretty much all of our Call of Duty gameplay because I'm gonna put a video together. There is a match, which is what, a 10-minute match or whatever it comes out to, of that girl just being as racist as humanly fucking possible.
I'm not sure if she was drunk. I'm not sure if it was just
I think she's just retarded.
Call of Duty.
I think she's just I think it's Call of Duty. I think it's not just Call of Duty though. It is shooters. It is something about the competitive shooter. And you may be right that it may have started very well with like Call of Duty or like Medal of Honor or whatever, or even Counter-Strike. But something something in the brain has like, I have never screamed so much into a mic at people than I have playing fucking shooters. And I have rage. I get ragey for no reason. Like I think I've tamed back quite a bit. Like maybe not as much as I should, but a lot.
We're at the age where we got to start worrying about blood pressure.
I take my baby aspirin before we get on to play games. Oh God, yeah, because I will stroke out. I'll fucking stroke out. But I've also gotten to the point where, like, at the end of games, I tell people, "Good game." Like, hey, good game, guys. You know,
Sometimes the way you do that, at least when we're playing Overwatch, is like it's the almost the perfect troll level because it could be taken correctly. But at the other side, it's just like, oh, good game, guys. It was like it was a really close match. You almost had it at the end, but we just snuck it from you. Good game, good game.
That's what Mike says. Mike is like, this is the worst way to hear that. The worst way to hear that is like, hey, great push, guys. Solid hold. But I'm like, I'm being a small trolley, but like also like big
But at the same
genuine.
time, you're saying good game.
I'm trying.
It's not like the GG easy, which that's actually one thing I really appreciated that Overwatch did was they like if you type in anything like that,
Yeah.
it's like it just makes it sound like one more game before you tuck me in, Ma.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Get rid of some of the troll, but it is something that like because I had this conversation with Brad too. Is like we are gamers. We're all in it together. Everybody who plays the video games legitimately, right? If you're a cheater, you're a hacker, you fucking smurfing, smurfing is like low on the list. It's still fucking annoying, but it's pretty low on the list. Or you're just like, all you do is just harass all fucking day long. Like you're kind of the piece of shit of the gaming world. Right? But for the rest of the community, you can get ragey at games. You can get upset that you lost a match. There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to actually still blame your teammates. Like, you are a fucking idiot. Why did you push that? Like, we played last night, and this guy, Cliff was fucking on point. This guy opens the door. He gets stunned. Thermite comes through, fucking hits Cliff, kills Cliff. They both die. And Cliff is like, you're a fucking idiot. And the guy's like, bro, what'd you want me to do? I was stunned. And Cliff is like, stay there stunned. Like, don't open a door and get me killed. And then all night, it just derailed. Hey, just knowledge, why would you get a kill? Blah, 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 all fucking night. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's that type of shit. It's okay to blame your teammates for being fucking idiots. But at the end of it, when you go, hey, good game. Hey, thanks for coming through, playing with us, you know, whatever. I want that to come back to like being the idea that we are gamers. We're all together in this together, you know?
And that actually brings something up in mind. I forgot what it was. I was reading it in um I think it was Neil Gaiman book, Old
Okay.
Gods.
Okay.
Not American Gods.
Okay.
And it was talking about
Nazoth?
you know no it was basically talking about worship, but that's like I'll skip past the theology stuff in it, but what's the single most important resource anyone has? Their time.
Sure.
Their time is their single most important resource, and we as gamers are choosing to spend our most valuable resource together.
Yeah.
Fucking like maybe screaming at each other, maybe like talking shit and talking trash, but at the same time, at the end of the day, we're all playing the game together. We're all doing it to have a fun time. This is our release. This is our time.
Sure.
This is our joy,
Yeah.
our positive emotion. So for all of you assholes out there who have talked shit to me, who have played with me, who have fucked me over in a game, who I have fucked you over, thank you for spending that time with me. Good game, you son of a bitch.
Oh, absolutely. I think we should go out on that. That's the fucking highlight of that.
Why not?
Why not? You pieces of shit. Good game. Good game. Love me or hate me, it's still an obsession. Oh, man. All right. Well, I think we should get off and go play Call of Duty.
I think that sounds like a damn good idea.
I'm about to get sweaty. I'm about to use some racial slurs I gotta look up new ones.
Zambo, remember.
Oh, fuck. God
Poor
damn it.
Cliff.
God
Poor Cliff.
damn it. All right. So for anybody, the problem is, I'm pretty sure there's a Left 4 Dead video that we've used that word in. I have to go back and like
we
try.
didn't know. We didn't.
It's not about didn't know, but it was like that is never once ever come up in conversations because we're never referencing what it means. It's just a fucking. It's always been zombies.
You wonder what? I just love how that entire thing we found out, where it was just like, he's like, oh, the Zambo's over there, Zambo's over there. It's like as we're killing these zombies, and he's just like, and I was just like, oh, that's a fun word for it. He's like, yeah, no, I just got tired of saying zombie. I was like, does it mean anything, Cliff? He's like, no, it's just what I call zombies. I'm gonna Google it. Zambo, specific derogatory racial term
To a very specific African tribe or some shit like
No,
that.
no, no, no. It's specifically a derogatory term for those of African American and Native American descent.
Is that what it was?
Yes,
Oh.
that specifically.
I need to know where that term originated and
I
started
couldn't find the genealogy of it. It's lost.
because it feels stupid. It feels stupid because like I will respect it if it is fucking derogatory or like someone is actually offended by it. I'm not going to use it anymore. Obviously, right? I didn't know. I'll fucking move on. But it also feels bad. It's like, oh man, I've been calling fucking zombies Zambos for like fucking 20 years now, man. Like it's so stupid.
Alternatively, like for people watching this video, there's another bullet in your gun for Call of Duty lobbies.
There you go. There you go.
I don't condone the use of it.
I don't either. I just want to clip that girl that we fucking played with.
It was bad.
She
was bad.
She was bad. Like at first it was like, haha, okay, maybe you're 12. Then she talked about her husband and it was like, okay, she's just an idiot. And
That
then
could be a child bride.
Hopefully, so it would make the most amount of sense. Then she just doubled down. Then she doubled down,
tripled down,
doubled and then tripled down. That's exactly right. And it was like, huh. All right, I see this is the road we're going. And then she just and then it didn't stop. We all dropped it. We're like, haha, you're a fucking idiot. And it was like, no, I'm not an idiot. Why? Because I'm racist. And it just fucking led into it. And it was like, okay, lady, whatever you need.
If you go on a QAnon,
oh God, what a sweetheart. I want to play with her again. All right, everybody, we're out of here. We will catch you next week. Hopefully, I think we had that conversation, right? I think you're just taking over from now on.
I mean, I guess I've already consumed Brad. That's why I'm you can see where I'm starting to lose my hair.
Fuck you, Brad.
He's gonna kill me for that.
Oh shit. Okay, we're out of here. Bye-bye.
Boom.